Hello! Last time I did WWE Shut Your Mouth, which was a very bad review, very short review, and just laziness. So yeah, to make up for that, I'm gonna do this review, WWE Here Comes the Pain, and just let you know I might do a sequel to that review in the future, make it longer and better and just put more effort into it. And I will try to put effort in this review and my future reviews. So please don't unsubscribe and please don't leave bad comments and dislikes because that makes me cry. It makes me depressed. It makes me cut myself. I'm just joking, I don't cut myself. Just enjoy this review, okay? Bye. Welcome to Wrestling Union, and it's time for another review. And as you can see, it's WWE Here Comes the Pain. Besides WWF No Mercy, many people have said this is the most fun wrestling game ever, and probably the best wrestling game ever to play. I said the same thing about WWF No Mercy, but only this time, I actually agree with people when they say this is the best wrestling game ever. Sure, WWF No Mercy is fun, but in my opinion, you're looking at the best thing ever. They had it all, they did everything right. Maybe there were cons, but like I said in my previous review, when a game is part of your childhood, it's really difficult to pick out the cons. This is a sequel to W Shut Your Mouth. Developers were Ukes, and the publishers were THQ. Now for the critical side of things, and I always do pick out the rating from critics for the games, and with IGN given a 9.1 out of 10. That is a great rating for a wrestling game. Now for GameSpot, and I gotta say they're pretty tough on wrestling games, and they don't really usually give them big ratings. Well, these days anyways. But Here Comes Pain got a 9 out of 10 by them, which is actually really good. Now I'm going to try not to kiss Ukes and THQ's ass too much, but oh well, they did make a great game from this. And after this review, if you find this game terrible, then it's okay. Well, sort of. You know, Shut Your Mouth was a huge overall back in the day, and a really big step in the right direction in SmackDown games. But really, Here Comes the Pain was and still is an amazing wrestling game, and at the time, this game just got huge ratings by critics, and just in that year, just a huge step in wrestling games. Just like its predecessor, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain was a game that the fans fell in love with. Along with myself, I seriously played this game for hours on end. Hours, people. This game was released in 2003, so there are pay-per-views from 2002, but also 2003. I know that's pretty obvious, and they do that like every year, but I just wanted to point it out, okay? Jeez. So, season mode. Before you actually begin season mode, you gotta pick a superstar on the roster. There are unavailable people, which is Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, and Divas. So yeah, once again, you cannot pick Divas. And also, as you can see, you can also remove or add people onto the roster for season mode. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. And also, depending on what wrestler you pick for season mode, depending on his size, if he's smaller, it'll be actually more difficult during season mode. If you pick a bigger guy, it'll obviously be, easier. Let's say if you pick Rey Mysterio, it'll actually be more difficult because you're facing superstars like Triple H, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, and more. But if you pick like Brock Lesnar, obviously things will be more easier for you. But me, I do prefer a challenge in wrestling games. I like a match to go on for very long and just a competitive match. So yeah, I'd probably pick a bigger guy, even though I like high flyers over bigger guys, but oh well. Each entrance is really good. Ukes really pulled off the movement of the wrestler. So when you see RVD walking on the ramp, it really looks like him walking on the ramp and not some robot or something. So yeah, they really did put effort into that aspect. Now I would like to talk about a feature that should already be in WWE games even today. Create an animation. For a wrestling game, we should pretty much have this in every game. I don't know why it's not in there today. If you really think about it, in 2003, having a feature like this in a wrestling game was pretty fucking cool. I mean, wrestling games were still in an early stage and they're not advanced as today. Just look at the freedom we got here, it's insane. But in 2013, this feature doesn't even exist in the games. What made him take it out, I'll never know. It was so perplexing. But oh well, we in the year 2003 to have a feature like this in a wrestling game, that was huge. But I'm 100% certain they will bring this feature back, pretend it's new, and that it never happened in their older games. Now, they did this with other features as well in the past, but I'm not going to bother because I'll just get angry and keep ranting on and on. Now, I want this feature back so bad, plus it gives us players freedom, and we don't get much freedom like we used to in the older games. But I know these days it's all about realism. They try to go for a more realism kind of approach, and I get that because it's PS3, we're going on the PS4, it's all about realism. But come on, at least bring back some of your crazy shit that we used to have. Bring back this feature, please, for the love of God. Because the more realistic you get, the more bland you get. Now, people, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I'll understand. So, what do I think of this game overall? Well, we could argue all day and night on what wrestling game is the best, and I'll continue saying WWE Here Comes the Pain. This had it all, and it had you playing it for hours. At least I played it for hours. So I give it a 9 out of 10. And also, if you find that this rating is too high, well,
we got two words for ya. Suck it!
well, you heard the lady. And thank you for watching. Please like this video, or if you hate this video, press that dislike button. It's not there for nothing. I'm serious. Click it if you hate this video. Click it if you hate me. Follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. And once again, please take care.